Okay. Hi, friends. Doc South here. Well, here it is, May 11th. 2018. Guess what? Yes, it's my son's birthday, Burgess, out there in, well, he lives out in California. But my gosh, my son is, let me think, my youngest child. Yeah, Burgess is my youngest child. I think he's 43. 25 and 18. Yeah, 43. Oh my gosh. Oh, please, let me just, I have a son who's 43. My God, I got a granddaughter who I believe is 16 or so now, too. Oh, my heavens. They were all so tiny and cute. Now, oh, oh, Lord have mercy. And my daughter, Sunshine, I don't think I'm even supposed to say how old she is anymore. Woo, tell you. Well, that's how it goes. Time marches on. Burgess, though, quite a guy. I don't get to see him much. He's out in California. I'm here in Jersey, and it's hard to. It's an awful long walk, and that's about all I could afford. In fact, I don't even know if I could afford the walk, because I'd wear out shoes by the time I got to Altoona. Then I have to get another pair of shoes. Heaven knows what would I do? You know. Boy, excuse me, my nose itches. No, I doubt I'm coming into money. My nose just itches. But yeah, he's quite the kid, and God, I'm thinking of, the one thing I've always liked about Burgess is his passion for things. He gets something in his craw, shall we say, whatever a craw is. Honestly, I've got to look up what the heck a craw is. I mean, I know there's crawdaddies and crawfish, but I don't know. In any case, when he finally gets something, it's amazing how excited he gets and how he just becomes devoted. For instance, when he was little, his one thing, oh my God, was mooning. Yeah. When he was about 4 or 5 years old, he loved nothing better than dropping trow in the most in the most rottenest of places. I'd be driving down again. Early in his life, my first wife and I got divorced, which was just an awful thing for poor Burge and Sonny and me and my ex-wife. It was not good, but I'd pick him up. And we'd be riding down, he lived out in Pensy, I lived in Jersey. He was fairly close then. He and Sonny, pick him up, take him down to, be with me for the weekend. And, sure as heck, Burgess would start mooning the truckers, which they all thought was pretty funny. But I kept waiting for someone to, kind of get after me. But, God, he didn't care. He'd moon a trooper. If he, thank heaven, I was never the driver. But I can see me now. Probably be just getting out of jail. What are you letting that kid moon for? But yeah, Burgess was a big mooner for a while, and it lasted for a year or so. And then I guess he started realizing maybe this, he's got to grow up a little. But it was interesting too. Eventually, he and his sister came to live with me. And what's funny is they became teenagers. They were very, very passionate about working. Both him and both Burge and Sunshine. They loved having their own money and earning it. It wasn't like go to the First National Bank of Daddy, because I didn't always have it either. I mean, if I did, sure, here's a few bucks, kids. And they'd look and say, what, a few bucks? Why, we need some real money, Dad. Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, okay. So they got into working. And Burge, yeah, I was just trying to think some of the things he did. My gosh. Well, I think, well, he didn't mind doing chores for money. Yeah, around the house, for my parents lived up the street, so they go help there a little. But I think eventually, yeah, he got a job. I think it was in a 5 and dime in our town, Chester, New Jersey. he got himself, I think he had to get working papers and all that. He was yeah. And he worked there, stock boy, I believe, for the most part. Just, general help. They loved him. Yeah, they said, you can always count on Burgess to get her done. And, get a display up. Sure, no problem. He got it. And then eventually, I guess he decided, well, he got into wanting to be a cook. He was very passionate about cooking for a while, which was good, because then I didn't have to cook all the suppers. And Sonny, I don't know, Sonny's one thing, she could cook Swedish meatballs, and that was about it. Burgess, though, yeah, he'd get into it. Yeah, he loved knocking out certain different dishes. I'm trying to think of one. Can't think right now, but when it was his night to cook, yeah, he did a good job. Yeah, especially for a young teenager, I thought he did okay. I know one time we were at some restaurant, actually down at a casino. Yeah, in Atlantic City. And Burgess at one time wanted to be a chef. And so we were at this fancy restaurant. I guess it was some special occasion. And I told the maitre d', I said, yeah, my son's thinking of being a chef someday. The maitre d' said, well, very good. Blah, 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 all that stuff, the small talk they do. Now, and we're sitting there eating the appetizer that came out. It was very good, whatever that, I can't remember. But I had money then. Yeah, it was nice. Oh, yeah, it was nice to have money. And the meal was pretty darn good, too. But all of a sudden, this guy comes walking up to the table and wearing a white coat and the funny hat. And he says, hi, I hear you want to be a chef. Would you like to take a tour of the kitchen? I'm the chef for this restaurant. And Burgess, well, heck yeah. And off he went. So he was back in that kitchen for a while. When he came back about 10 minutes later, I said, what, you cook anything out there? He says, well, I may have helped with our supper. I said, well, cool. And, like that. Eventually, yeah, he got a job helping in a bagel store. He learned how to make bagels at a young age. And what I liked about that was, as the bagels, a bagel can only, you kind of, after a day, you got to, out they go. Well, he'd bring a bag of bagels home. And heck, I don't care. You toast them, a little butter on them, they're fine. Boy, we ate a lot of bagels. I mean, he'd bring like a pillowcase of bagels home. Now, that was the other thing. Burgess has always been good at overdoing it. We really only needed 2 or 3 bagels. But no, he'd bring 2 or 3 dozen. And but then it was fun to throw them out for the birds. The birds dug it. Yeah. So, but then also Burgess got into selling, too. He liked selling stuff. I know for a while I had a secondhand store, and you remember for a while they were all the rage. These signs that were about, I don't know, about anywhere from about say 6 by 10 to inches to, and some of them 2 foot by 2 foot. They were made of tin. They were reproductions of old signs, that advertising signs, etc. Well, Burgess got into selling them. He sold them so well that he about put my store out of business. I hate to say it, but I had to tell him, Burge, I'm not going to be able to pay the rent. Everyone's buying from you. Now, that should have been my first clue. Let Burgess run the store. I'll go out and get the stuff. But, he was still in school. And what was the other thing? Oh, and then he decided, he decided that it was time he learned to cook even better if he was going to be a chef someday. Wound up, he didn't become a chef, but he ought to take, he came in one day and said, Dad, I'm taking home ec at high school. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, why are you taking home ec? I said, you're already pretty good at cooking. He says, well, I want to learn to cook better. And I said, yeah, there's some other reason. He says, also, so many girls are in that class, and I'm the only guy. I said, oh, okay, now you're talking. Now you got it. Okay. But yeah, so that was cool. We got some pretty good home ec style meals. Yeah, balanced and everything. Sure. Oh, and gosh, and Burgess got into breakdancing. Gosh, I had to go out and get him a Michael Jackson leather jacket. Yes, and find him big sheets of cardboard he could breakdance on. He was pretty good at that. Oh, music. I got him a keyboard once for Christmas. Had no idea what to get him for Christmas. He was the kid who had everything. He made money, so like his daughter, like his sister, my daughter. Both of them, they were hard to buy gifts for because they'd make their own loot and go buy what they wanted, which I thought was pretty cool. But I got on a whim. I was kind of walking past a Radio Shack, and I'm looking in the window, and I see they got these electronic keyboards. Got him a keyboard. Next thing you know, on Christmas morning, he opened that up first, and he didn't know. I think it was a few hours before he opened anything else. He was just playing that keyboard. It was amazing. Whenever he sunk his teeth into something, he'd really sink his choppers into it. It was kind of cool to watch his passion for things. And in fact, I had to get him a power adapter because he was killing me with batteries. Well, he'd buy some, then he didn't have quite enough money to get more, and he just kept running down the batteries. So we got one of those adapters, and that worked. Eventually, when I met Sandy, of course, we were getting into the second-hand business together, she and I. We were at a clean-out one day, and this lady, Burgess was still living with me. He was in his mid to high teens. This lady was getting rid of this massive electronic organ. I mean, it was like 8 feet high. It had like all sorts of like filigree and woodworking. It was a nice looking organ, but she didn't want it anymore. Thing weighed a ton. And she said, God, please take it away. You can have it. I've got to move. I can't leave this here. Okay. Sandy and I heffed and hummed. Oh my God, it was so heavy. We stuck it into Burgess's room. Yeah, we both got this is why I love Sandy so. I didn't have to convince her to be a good gift for Burgess. Great minds think alike. She said, Burgess. And I said, I know. Well, let's get it in his room. And so while he was at school, we stuffed it into his room, plugged it in, made sure it wasn't going to catch fire. And Burgess come home from school. He walks in to his room and he's, oh my God. And somehow he instinctively knew how to work it. Next thing you know, it was great. And he played that every day after that. And eventually out in California, when he went out there, became somewhat of a musician. Yeah, I think he did okay. Anyway, I see we're getting a little tight on time, but you get the point. He's a wonderful person out there in California. I do miss him. It's kind of tough to not be able to get, to see what he's up to next. But to be part of it. Right now, he's selling solar panels out in California and doing very well from what I hear. Doing very well indeed. He's a natural salesperson. Yes, he is. And, bless his heart. Also, Taekwondo. Yeah, he was doing that for a long time. Was an instructor, like Sandy. And also, like I said, a musician. He was performing quite a bit, did videos and all that. It's good person. I'm very proud of him. And, but 43. Oh, God. Well, Burge, good luck. From here on in, it's actually, in a way, from here on in, it's sort of uphill. Especially if you can make yourself a few shekels. That's not bad. Okay. Well, anyway, happy birthday, and I love you, as you know. And, Sonny, too. They're both, I really do have good kids. Wish I saw them more, but then again, they're so darn busy, even if they were here in the house, I probably wouldn't see them that much. Right. They're always up to something. Him and Burgess and his sister. So, anyway, God bless, friends. I hope you enjoyed the little tale there, and we'll catch you later. Bye now, and like I say, God bless.